know is that the university actually has a very high bandwidth access straight into one of the internet hubs.
That's right, into Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we've been talking about, you know, some,
and it's expanding.
and that access is expanding.
That's right.
Well, we've been talking about a lot of the technological and business and academic kind of benefits from this, but we want everybody in Ann Arbor to get involved with this program and get excited about it. And some already have. There's a video that was put together as part of the application, which you can actually look at online. But we want to show it to you now. It's the top 10 reasons Google, the top, well, we giggle.
Yeah, you'll giggle when you see it.
Google should pick Ann Arbor. So why don't we take a look at that video, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot.
There are many reasons why Google should choose Ann Arbor for their fiber network.
Here are just 10 of them.
Reason number 1.
Because we have a strong history of innovation and entrepreneurship when it comes to the internet.
Reason number 2.
Because Google already knows we're a cool town.
Reason number 3.
Because the city and the university are working together to bring Google Fiber to Ann Arbor.
Reason number 4.
We love technology.
Reason number 5.
Because we're a high-tech town.
Reason number 6.
We love fiber arts, that is.
Reason number 7.
Because in our community, we have a highly educated and diverse group of students and parents.
Reason number 8.
Because we believe that Google Fiber will help us to care for patients with chronic disease in the community.
Reason number 9.
Because we have the infrastructure in place.
Reason number 10.
Ann Arbor is home to the University of Michigan. Research and innovation, astonishing technologies, and remarkably creative people. We're ready to be home to Google Fiber.
Well, that was fun, and we're gonna, if you want to take a look at that again, you can go to the Ann Arbor Google website and check that out. Now, this application was put in March, and we're expecting to hear back from Google in the months to come. What can we expect? What can we do? What can citizens do to participate in this, to support this, to keep the enthusiasm going, so that we're all excited and continue to be excited about this prospect? Because it's not a done deal at all. What's the next thing to come in the coming months?
Well, it's not a done deal, and you know, Google was interested in communities showing their excitement. And I think that video is really neat because it does take a cross group of people and show the excitement. I got to tell you, the day that announcement came out, their emails just started flying around, phone calls. I got a message from the university. It was just like, just like that. And a lot of the people in this town really got excited just from the beginning. We've come a long way. We've put an application together, which, the application, Google's interested in an efficient and easy installation if they can get it. And so one of the things they're interested in is a community that can help them do that, a community that works together. And so that's something we're doing. People right now, if they're interested in supporting this, can go to a2fiber.com. That's a website that the group that's working on this has together. There are 5 things listed on the right-hand side that people can do. A lot of them are electronic. It's put a graphic on your website. It's join our Facebook. We've got a Facebook page with a lot of fans. We're doing very well. We're number 4 in the country, I think, on the number of fans. So
that's great.
It is great, because that is one of the things that Google's looking at, is to see, is this a community that will actually adopt this and do something with it? Because their motive is to demonstrate to the federal government, they're trying to influence national policy, that the U.S. is actually behind Europe and Asian countries in broadband to the home.
Yeah, I think that would surprise a lot of people.
It does.
The United States pushes technology in so many ways, but in terms of access to the internet, especially high-speed access, we're far behind many, many other countries. Why is that?
Because we got there early. That really is part of the reason, and we got there in a fairly fragmented way. The United States, there's no secretary of the internet, right? Mm-hmm. That's not the way we do things in this country, and so things get built up piece by piece. The speed of the fiber between big places is very good. So we're very fast from, say, the University of Chicago. We're very slow from the university to my house. Mm-hmm. Or to yours. And then there are many places that have put this infrastructure in later, did it in a more planful way, did it therefore with fiber to the broad, really very fast fiber to more locations than we have. And so I think Google is trying to make the argument, look, if you do this, it makes a real difference. And so let's show you that. And I think Ann Arbor is a terrific place to show that you could really make that difference. There are a lot of people in the country who will be blown away by the idea that they could live in a town where they have a gigabit to the house. There really are. Yeah, there's a world full of nerds out there. And in the library, for example, when this thing first got announced, we also said, wow, that would just be so cool, because we could move things around so quickly. If you attract if those people are already in your town, which they are, and then you attract more to your town, you have an even more special place than the place we have now, where people really want to take advantage of this.
And maybe that's the point, that as much as we can talk about what might happen, it's the things that you can't even imagine that could happen when you have creative minds and technical minds working on that together. And maybe that's what Google's trying to encourage all of us to understand, for one, and also to implement in terms of public policy. I think that there is kind of a desire to say, hey, if you do this, then if we set a passion and a public will to make high-speed internet available, not just in university towns or a few cities, but all over, then the United States continues to have the kind of innovation and the infrastructure that we need. I mean, I'm a theater manager. Is that the right thing?
No, you're exactly right. But the reason it's so important for the community to demonstrate their interest and enthusiasm for this is because the competition is steep. I mean, we're competing with places like Seattle.
How many cities applied? Do we know that?
There were about 1,100 cities, communities that responded. Some are small, some are big. But in this competition, it's interesting. Google they're trying to increase the size of the pie, right? When you get that much more data out there, sure, it's good for their business model, but it's good for everybody when that pie is expanded.
So Google has this remarkable belief in the power of innovation, and sort of any way in which the world innovates in information technology, they think there's going to be good for them. It's been true so far. Really very much so, and they've made some of it. But so they have this notion: you get smart people, you give them good tools, things that you didn't know about will happen, and then you'll be able to capitalize on those things. That's really been their style, and I think that's what's behind this project and is part of what makes it so interesting.
Absolutely. Now, there's 1,100 cities that applied. There's going to be a second round coming up here sometime before the end of the calendar year 2010. What would that second round involve? How do we get notified of that? what do we need to prepare for if we get selected for that second round?
You know, all we know is that they plan on making a decision by the end of the year, and we know that before then they plan on visiting the community, meeting with some of the officials and organizations involved, and looking at the infrastructure that's there. So with that in mind, the city, the university, and others have been working right now to assemble information and be prepared, hoping we get the phone call. I keep my cell phone on all the time.
Except for when you're here.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, they took your darn cell phone away.
All right,
so.
you missed that Google call.
Maybe we'll get it now. So the university's information technology sees a great deal of benefit for it. There's a great deal of economic benefit as well as just kind of the ability to transmit information. The city, it's sometimes hard to get bureaucrats and city governments behind this kind of a project. Was it unusual, the amount of enthusiasm that you got from your colleagues in the cities and from the politicians and those folks?
Well, so I've been involved with the city for 6 years, and in the time here I've been here, it certainly was unusual. The interest has been really phenomenal, but you know, the city of Ann Arbor has a really talented staff, and we just talked about it a little bit internally, and it's very easy to kind of get momentum about this internally. Everybody's fairly excited. You know, there's a lot of difficult, dirty work to kind of get something like this installed. The city process, you know, you've got to have permits, you've got to be able to get the conduit in the ground, that kind of thing. And strung on light poles or however. And so working all those pieces together is something that we're spending time now making sure that our processes make sense, that they're streamlined and
all
effective.
The coordination has to happen between the technology, between the line folks that are, and then interfacing with the wonderful resource that's already there. I know the university already has some of this capability, but like you said, it's not going to people's homes. It's difficult to get into businesses, and that's where there's the big advantage, it sounds like. Now, we're coming to the end here, and we want to get everybody fired up about it. One thing that Tom and I are going to do to help get the listeners or the viewers here fired up is we're going to put on our Google beanie hats. And,
get that going.
I mean, there we go. And so you can log on to the website, a2fiber.org.
A2fiber.com.
A2fiber.com. And what are you going to find on that website?
You're going to find 5 things you can do to support this initiative on the right-hand side of the page. Please go do every single one of them.
And what do we expect the university to do? We also want everyone to be sensitized that there's going to be folks from Google that may be stopping by and checking out our city. Are we going to be notified when they come by?
Oh, we'll if we get the phone call, we'll absolutely be talking about it.
I can guarantee you the students will be out. The diag will be full.
Now, you talked about the students had a flash gathering. Now, this didn't have anything to do with the removal of clothing.
No.
So this is an internet thing where they email and Facebook and Twitter each other, and they say we're going to show up. So that kind of thing could be an exciting thing that we could look for. And we've got about a minute to go. The library. What's the library going to do to help get all the students and the citizens all charged up for this?
Well, that's a good question. Maybe we should get some action going in the library. The library has been one of the leaders, actually, in digital libraries and in the use of information technology for library work. And so we've got a staff and we've got the students all excited about this kind of thing. But we'll remind everybody how much better things will be if we get this project.
Well, we want to thank you for tuning in here this evening, or whenever you've tuned in. We may be doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to Laura and to Tom and to Paul for taking time out of your day today to come talk to us about this. And Ann Arbor Google Fiber, it's a very exciting thing. Check out the website. It's going to be on your TV screen, and you can write it down and go check it out. But we have a great opportunity here in Ann Arbor. We live in a very special place where we have a wonderful university, total world class, and we want to make our town as world class as the university is. So thanks for tuning in. Do your part for Google Fiber.